The sky was not supposed to burn, yet on this day the Jade Empire trembled because of one monkey. He stood alone against the armies of heaven, staff in hand, eyes blazing like twin suns. Celestial generals fled. Thunder gods collapsed beneath a single strike. This was Sun Wukong, a creature born from stone, now powerful enough to threaten the entire cosmic order. But here's the question that terrified the gods themselves. How did a monkey become stronger than the armies of heaven? And more importantly, who finally stopped him? To answer that, we must go back to the beginning, before the war, before the rebellion. Back to the moment the universe made its greatest mistake. Sun Wukong was not born. He erupted into existence, forged from a celestial stone that absorbed the essence of heaven and earth for thousands of years. When it finally split open, the newborn monkey's first gaze shot a beam of golden light straight into the heavens, alarming the celestial court. The gods had just witnessed something unusual, something dangerous. But at first Wukong was only a king among monkeys, curious, restless, hungry for power. One day, a thought struck him like lightning. Every creature dies, even kings, even heroes, and Sun Wukong refused to accept that. So he began a journey across the world in search of immortality, a quest that would transform him from a mischievous trickster into something far more terrifying. In Chinese mythology, every living being has their fate written in the book of life and death. When your time comes, your name is crossed out. But Wukong had a different idea. When the demons of the underworld came to collect his soul, he beat them senseless, then marched directly into the courts of hell, and did the unthinkable. He grabbed the book of life, found his own name, and erased it, not just his, but the names of every monkey on Earth. Death itself had just been cheated. Even Zeus never pulled something like that. Immortal but still unsatisfied, Sun Wukong now desired a weapon worthy of his growing power. So he marched into the underwater kingdom of the Dragon King. Uninvited, unimpressed, and impossible to stop, the dragons presented swords, spears, legendary blades forged for gods. Wukong rejected them all. Too light, too weak, too ordinary. Then he noticed something ancient, buried deep in the ocean floor. The Ruyi Jingu Bang, a massive iron pillar once used by ancient gods to measure the depths of the seas. It weighed over 13,000 pounds. No mortal could move it. No god dared steal it. Sun Wukong lifted it with one hand, then smiled, because the staff obeyed his will. It could shrink into a needle or grow large enough to crush mountains. From that moment forward, the Monkey King carried the weapon of gods. Kratos might swing the blades of chaos. Thor might wield Mjolnir, but Wukong carried a pillar capable of shattering heaven itself. And soon he would test it. Eventually, heaven noticed the problem. An immortal monkey, armed with a divine weapon, already disrupting the balance of the cosmos. So the Jade Emperor tried diplomacy. He offered Wukong a position in heaven, a title, power, respect. Wukong accepted, at first, until he discovered the truth. His divine position was stable boy, caretaker of heavenly horses. For a creature who believed himself equal to the gods, it was the ultimate insult. And heaven had just made a catastrophic mistake. The Monkey King declared war on heaven. One warrior against 100,000 celestial soldiers, and he didn't just survive, he dominated. Generals fell, gods retreated, entire armies scattered like dust. His staff crushed mountains. His clones multiplied across battlefields. His transformations turned him into dragons, giants, storms. For a moment, the heavens were losing, and the Jade Emperor realized something terrifying. None of the gods could stop him, not even warriors comparable to Odin's champions, not even thunder gods rivaling Zeus. Heaven had unleashed something uncontrollable, so they called the only being powerful enough to intervene. When all the armies of heaven failed, the universe turned to the Buddha. Unlike the panicked gods, the Buddha simply smiled, because he understood something Wukong did not. Power without wisdom always destroys itself. The Buddha offered a challenge. If you can escape the palm of my hand, heaven is yours. Wukong laughed. He leapt across the cosmos in a single bound, past stars, past galaxies, until he reached what looked like the edge of existence. There he left a message, a mark proving he had escaped, then returned triumphantly. But he never left the Buddha's hand. The pillars he thought were the edge of the universe were the Buddha's fingers. In that moment, the Monkey King realized the terrifying truth. He had been outplayed. With a single motion, the Buddha sealed Sun Wukong beneath a mountain. where he remained imprisoned for 500 years. Immortal, powerful, but finally defeated. But the story doesn't end there, because after centuries of reflection, the Monkey King would rise again, not as a destroyer, but as a protector, a warrior monk walking the path of enlightenment. The rebellious monkey would eventually become something greater than a god, a legend. Today, Sun Wukong remains one of the most powerful figures in all mythology, stronger than armies, faster than lightning, immortal many times over, which raises an interesting question. If Wukong fought the greatest warriors of Western myth, Zeus, Odin, even Kratos, who would actually win? Because if history tells us anything, it's this: underestimate the Monkey King, and heaven itself may fall.